Hello and welcome back. Last time we put together a parts list for building speed module ones and then sort of assembled it into a mock-up of what those might look like. But obviously things are in no particular order here. It's more a question of sort of counting up what needs to go in which rows. It's quite a compact build, so I think it'll be fine for bot traffic. But I would like to shrink wrap it and also reorder things so that it makes a bit more sense. So the first things I would like to do is move the plastic and the copper coil to the middle of the build. So let's just make that little unit here. Okay, and then on the other half of the build, we're going to make this the center. So on the other half of the build, we will do the corresponding match. And for now, we are going to build this lining up the beacons. We can always pick the entire thing up and shuffle it later. Okay, there we are. All right, now on the one build, we have 4 speed module ones and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 reds. The other one we have 3 and 6. It does kind of feel like the polite thing to do is to give a couple of the red circuit builds a chance to grab their things. Okay. So that's 2 from each. All right. So then if we did that, okay, and then we would add on 1 more red machine. Okay. So let's just double check. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, that's correct. Then on this side, we only have 3 speed module machines. Okay, so 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2. Okay, I don't like that. I think I'd kind of like to shift these over. Okay, so let's see if we can achieve that. Let's take out all of that. Okay, let's put that there, and then we've got sort of a zigzaggy thing going on. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, similar sort of thing here. So let's take all of that out. So I would like a speed mod. Nope, put that down in the wrong place. Speed there. So that's 1, 2, 3 speed builds. Okay, if that was there, then we had one of those, then a speed build, then a red build. Okay, so that would be 1, 2, 3 speed builds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 reds, which is correct. Okay, that feels a bit more even. We can't make it totally even because, you know, that's just the way things are. And it's more important to balance out the copper where it is in the build. All right. So that would get you to one side. That gets you to the other. Okay. Well, nothing wrong with that for now. Okay, let's grab this. I'm kind of shuffling around here, trying to find ways to build this while keeping the, you know, the physical template in view. All right, so the next bit of the build are the 3 green circuit builds. And in practice, we have to put 2 one side and 1 the other. 3 is overkill, so it doesn't matter if they run slightly under speed. So let's stamp one down. Right, so this side has more red circuit machines, which means that this side needs more green circuits for the red circuits. However, this needs more green circuits for the speed modules. Let's actually ask it. So this requires 1.65k of green. This side requires 1.59, so there's not a lot in it, but the 2 machines, since we have to do 2 and 1, need to go at the top. Okay, and the beaconage here is going to be a pain. I would like to fit the iron smelters to the right of this build. Okay, so let's put that down. How many iron smelters did we decide we needed? 1, 2, it's 8, isn't it? Yeah, 8. So 5 and 3. Okay, now how would this all fit together? So these beacons can be moved out, and these can be moved in. And we can do that. If we do that, we flip from being left-hand biased to being right-hand biased for the builds either side. Yeah, so that could work. Okay, so if we made a clean, that's just the inner bit of the smelting. Take that away. Put that in. Okay. So that's 3 smelters plus the green. Then on the other side, we need 2 of these builds and 5 smelters. Maybe the way to do it, let's take this. Right, and then if we found a way to fit in that's not ideal. That's hard up against the beacon. That's 1 out from the... Sorry, that's on the beacons. That's 1 out, that's 2 out. Okay, so this has 14 sources, just like this. Yeah. So here we have 2 and 3. Now it would obviously make sense to do the 2 and the 3 the other way around. But I think that okay, that works. All right, let's try this once more. Let's take that away. Okay. So 14, 14, 14. Yeah, and then we can lose the last module here. Okay, this really is sort of last percentage stuff, but this is how these builds have to be lovingly handcrafted. Okay, so then this can go there. And we've got the question now about where to put the copper smelters, because obviously they form basically a row. So that goes there. Let's take this out. Okay, and then that goes there. Great. That can go. That can go. Right. The issue with this, you can see, is just how asymmetric it gets. So we're going to end up with more copper smelting one side of the build than the other. Right, let's ask if that's... well, we've got even copper both sides, but it's pretty much the best we can do. Okay, so let's get the copper smelt. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We need 11 this side. One, 2. So we've got 8. 6 and 2 instead of 11, 11. All right, so we needed 22 in total. We've put down 8. So 8 from 22 is 10 from 24, 14. So we need another 7 per side. Right, and the middle machine on this build is the copper coil, I believe. that looks pretty central to me. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And this side, it's the plastic which is central. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That doesn't look quite... Yeah, that's good enough. Okay, now what can we do to improve this? I think that will do for now. Let's power it up. And we have a square missing here, but we can fix that later. That can go. Great. Pull out one of these, put in substations. Yeah, there we are. Okay, so that's our build. Let's double check. Right, so it reckons we are 2 red circuit machines down. But I have a feeling, so the total red circuits we need is 1.2K. We're producing 1.2K, so we're actually fine. So there we are. That's our, and let's look on the map. Okay, so this is really quite a small build compared to the blue circuit builds. So I can imagine building 4 of these and clustering them around our science build. Now we've actually built this, how does this compare to rail? I'm just going to put some rail down behind it. Okay, I sort of lose scale on these things after a while. Okay, so that's 4 wagons. So that's fine, we can bring a 4-wagon train into the middle and we could potentially drop in some ore one side or the other. I think that would be fine. Yeah, I like that. All right, so 4 of these would cluster around one of these, and we have 4 of these, which we need to revisit next time because we think we have the ratios wrong. In particular, the smelting ratios. I think the best way to test that is to take this, dump in a load of ore, and see how well it works. Probably is time to actually fire up these builds with creative mode magic, actually. Anyway, that is not a job for today. So I am going to leave this build here. I may even, rather than firing up creative for this, move on to the rocket build. I don't know, we will see. Obviously I've not done the refinery for this. Refineries I think is something I'm going to revisit later as a proper go through the entire build. Yeah, let's have a look here. So these all look pretty good to me. We just need to make sure we've actually got the right number of smelters for the build, and I don't know any way to do that other than to dump some ore into one of these and actually test it. So I'm going to leave that here. Thanks very much for watching. We are through all of the standard science builds. The next one is space science, which is going to be tricky, I think is the right way to say it. we will have a go at trying to build a 10k rocket launcher, which I think is 11 rocket silos, and seeing if we can keep it going. Until then, thanks very much for watching. Like, subscribe, and tell your friends, and I will see you again soon. Bye-bye.